It is a very, very exciting day here today because we are going to finish off our track car and get it ready for the track. And finally,
it's about damn time.
After 3 years of building this car, it is going to be come to an end. It doesn't mean it's completely done, but it's going to be done to a standard where we can get it on track and actually give it a squirt. So we just got to do a few little things that I've been holding off on doing. We'll get those done today and then she'll be done. We'll get it on track. Alright, so the few things we have to do this car, we got some brake ducts in there. We're going to be replacing those and I'll show you what we're going to be replacing them with. We have a new short shifter to go in the car from Mrs. Excel Garage, so that'll be going in there as well. I've just got to put some cotter pins in the front wheels, and then I also have to put some padding on the roll cage up there to protect my head. And that and then we've also got to do just put some little covers over the battery posts. And then after that, it needs an absolute clean because this thing is filthy. It actually hasn't had a wash since I drove down here from Townsville. And so it just needs a good old clean. So I'll give it a good wash and get all that sorted. But right now I think we'll start with the brake ducts because we've got to figure out how to route those, and then we'll keep chipping away and moving on to the other parts. The brake duct I had in the car was just like a bit of a prototype one that someone had made up for me. Nothing flash, it's just a brake duct really, just straight through like normal. I did have to, you can see how badly I had to trim it back a bit to get it to fit in. But we've got new ones, and I'll tell you how these came about. So obviously, for those that race XLs would know Matty Hull from the Nugget Project. I actually got him to 3D print up some parts for me for a future project that I have planned. One that I thought I'd be doing a lot sooner, but it's just parts availability I'm just waiting on. And he asked, he printed me a set of his brake ducts, and I can tell you right now, the prototype ones are obviously being prototypes. They're good, but these things here they're great. I just have, I think, a 2-inch hose or 2.5-inch hose going to the brakes that just connects onto that, so you can see the reduction he's made there on the brake ducting. You can get 3-inch. I just went for 2-inch just for simplicity, and one, just getting the smallest diameter hose out of the way, out of the car. So we'll stick these in. When he sends these to you, he sends you obviously as a pair, but he sends all the hardware to mount them up as well, which is absolutely perfect. So you don't have to go out and find the extra hardware to install these. Comes with all the screw, I think they're cap head screws, with some nylock nuts, washers, and stick them in the car. And obviously you just get your piping, your hose, and run them to the brakes. So we'll stick these in and see how they mount up. And I've already test fit this one, and it actually fits extremely well. So we'll stick them in, and I'm sure it will look fantastic. Alright, so obviously you see we've got the hole there where the other one was. You can see I've just taped up a bit just to cut out a bit of the silver on which normally is the collar of the bumper if the car wasn't wrapped. So we'll just get our brake duct here. It's actually so tight and such a good fit that it nicked up the wrap, but I don't care, it's a wrap, it's going to be out on a racetrack. Still looks good, that's perfect. So I'll stick that in now and get it all mounted up. Tell you what, These things here are bloody well designed. Well done, Mr. Hull. It's all hooked up there, just running it back down. Just got it zip tied up onto the arm just there. I don't know if you can see it just there. Got to trim some cable ties. But that focuses. Just flops around a bit. It's pretty sturdy. The wheel will fit into that gap just there. That nut for the brake caliper fits in just there when the wheel turns. So it's pretty close. It'll do the job. Got our pins in there, which is great. Now we can put the wheel back on and do the other side. Okay, we've got both brake decks done, and I'll tell you what, how good does that look? That looks really race car, doesn't it? Right? Real nice, got that orange in there. Brake ducts fit absolutely perfectly. Now we're going to move on to the interior and get our short shifter done. I've done all the cotter pins on it, on the castle nuts. They're all done on both sides. Move on to the interior, get the short shifter done, and get the battery done. And I think, fingers crossed, that may be it. So, normal shifter in the car. This one's got heaps of slop everywhere. It's all over the place. The throw on it is actually fairly long. Right. We're going to replace it with this short shifter from Mish's XL Garage. Straight off their website. It's got, I believe it's CNC, plastic CNC bushes in there. But the throw on this thing is super short. Okay, much unlike this one, which is really long. This one's just really tiny. So we'll get this one switched out. It's just a few nuts and stuff you got to take off, and throw it in and see what the difference is. Right, for those following along at home, 17mm on the back side, 14 on the front. 17mm on the back, 14 on the front. Just take the nut off. Take all those washers. Keep them in order. Take the spring. Take those bushes, keep them in order. Take the bolt. Take that out. Pull straight out. So if you look at the two shifters here, they're both standing straight upright. But look at the difference in the throws in this one. This is the stock one here. If we put that all the way forward and then move that back, you can see that's the stock throw. And this, the new one, that's the stock throw there. So, oh, that's the new throw. So in terms of how far the throw actually happens on the new one, that's it there. Very, very short. Not much movement at all. So I'll change everything over, get this one in the car, and see how it all feels. That little job is now ticked off our list. Look, it's not perfect. It will do. It is just insulated the battery terminal so nothing can hit it and short stuff out. Probably won't do the ground, that'll be fine. But that's another job ticked off the list, and the next one we have to do is actually up in that area up there. It's our roll cage padding. Alright, got our padding on. It's nice and firm, it's not going anywhere. So I've got one here, one just there, and then one across the front where potentially my head could come in contact with. The only other place I think I may need to put something is on this bar just here, because obviously my headrest sits almost flush with it. So they may say something about that, but I've got a few pieces over there I can fix that up with. But other than that, they may even say something about down here. We'll wait and see. But that is good. I think that'll pretty much finish us off for getting the car on track. The first few bits of safety gear, so we'll wait and see. So we'll I guess the next step now is to take this car to get logbooked, me to get my license, and my safety gear sorted. So my safety gear is suit has been ordered. It should be here soon, and I can't wait to show you guys that, because if you saw some of the sneak peek I put on Instagram or Facebook, it looks like, it was only a tiny little bit, but it looks fantastic. So I can't wait to show you guys the rest of that. Those are the guys that are Revolution Race Gear in Brisbane, sorted me out with that. They got that all taken care of, got the design sorted, got it priced up. I accepted the quote, and yeah, she's been put in for manufacture. So it's one of their new 3 X-Tech suits. It's the exact same suit that guys at DJR or Dick Johnson Racing will be using, or Shell V-Power, whatever they're called now, change names frequently. Same name as what they, same suit as what they'll be using this season. I could have gone for something a little less expensive, but at the end of the day I want something to fit me, be comfortable, and being so big in the car I needed something that is got the right length and they can make for me. So that's what we went with. After seeing my last video, if you didn't see that one, go and check it out. I was actually at Willowbank when Sam Fennick actually crashed and lost his life, and I was really excited for that day. I documented it and did a bit of a video on that. And since that, I've gone back and just reevaluated all the safety gear in my car, even though I'm not going at the speeds he was. Yeah, I'm just glad I've got a decent seat, a stout roll cage, good harness, got the Hans device already, I'm getting a decent suit. My helmet, I haven't worn it in about 3 or 4 years. And I put it on, and I don't know if my head's grown or the helmet shrunk. I'm going towards the head's grown part, but it's a bit tight on the top of my head now, so I'll probably be looking at a new helmet so I don't get headaches while out on track. So I went and got sized up for one of those the other day. I'm pretty keen to get myself into one of the those helmets. I won't tell you what it is yet. I'll leave that as a bit of a surprise as well. So I guess the next thing we need to do now is get this thing cleaned off. So if you look at the actual car here, we've got a whole bunch of leaves from the tree outside that actually come through that little vent up there. So they come flying in when there's a big windstorm. You see they end up all over the floor. The old treadmill's been getting a workout, so I ended up on those, so I had to clean it off. But yeah, we'll give this car a bit of a clean. It actually has not been washed since the drive down from Townsville, so it's still got bug splatter on the front of the windscreen there, which will clean that off. And just make it look nice and tidy again. I do have a car cover I can put over the top of it, but we'll get it outside and give it a clean. is, nice and clean. Got that shine back to it again, which is lovely to see. I guess the only thing now to do is get it out on track and get some rubber marks on the side of it, because it's probably what's going to happen. But I'm stoked. Put some of that naked glass from Bowden's on the windows. Looks fantastic. Nice and clean. Loving it. Well guys, I guess the only thing left to do now is to actually go and take it, get it logbooked, get the license, get it on track, and give it a run. But super stoked. After 3 years, this car is ready to hit the track, and I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be proud of the work it's taken to get it to this point. I mean, when I started out, I didn't think it would be an easy journey. I didn't think it would be hard. I knew it would take time, probably not this long. But life happens, things get in the way, and you just need to work with it. And so we did, we adjusted, we took our time, bit of patience, and we've got a race car at the end of it, which we can now take to the track and give it an absolute run. So super happy, can't wait to get it out there. I'll probably start doing some sprint days first, just to get used to it. I can't really drive it on the street to get used to the short shifter, which I'm sure it'll be, it won't take me long, but it'll take a bit. And just get used to the car. So I'll probably get someone in to come and have a look over it, give it a good once over, just to make sure it's all good and safe. And then we'll get it out on track and give it a squirt. But I'm stoked. Very, very, very happy. Alright guys, we'll leave it there. Hopefully the next video with this car will be out on track, or at least getting so close. But we are another step forward. The car is done, it is ready for the track, and we can get it out there now and have a blast. So I'll see you hopefully next time at the track.